Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, and this here is my little craft corner where I talk about knitting and sometimes other yarn related stuff, but today just knitting again. Last video you saw of me, I shared with you 5 projects that I really want to finish in 2024. So my active projects, or well, projects that have been on the needles for a bit longer than they should have maybe. And I really want to finish in 2024. If you want to know how I'm doing on that, you just have to wait and see my next video. My knitting podcast is coming out later, next couple weeks-ish. I don't know yet. But today I really wanted to share with you 5 projects I'm really itching to cast on next. And I really have to hold myself in not to cast these on today. So for today, you can already see some yarn over here, or you've already seen the yarn in the thumbnail maybe. But the yarn is over here. I have my little laptop. If you're not new here, you know I'm always reading my pattern notes off of the laptop. I'll show pictures here, and we're just gonna have fun looking through some newer projects that I really want to cast on. Some of these you've maybe seen in a different video. Some of these patterns I really have been wanting to cast on for a long time, but I still have not gotten around to it. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I have a sweater that has been on my mind for a long time. It is one of my favorite things, knitwear sweaters. If you know her, you know she's about 26, 27 sweater patterns out, and they all are numbered, so it's not confusing at all. But sweater number 20, picture up here, is one that's been on my mind for so long to cast on, but I didn't know yet what kind of yarn I would like to use for it. Then I found the perfect yarn at a yarn fair from my dear friend Fem from the Mindful Creators. She dyed this incredible color purple. It's Lavender Fields. This is the Fingering Way yarn, and it's just a purple with some speckles in it. If you see my last video, you know that I'm knitting the twist loop top with her yarn as well. It's a similar kind of concept with a base color with some speckles in it, and I'm also doing something with cables for that. But this is just so gorgeous. But the sweater number 20 is knit up on 5.5mm needles. So I can't just use fingering. I cannot use fingering and fingering held together. I couldn't use, like, the pattern calls for fingering mohair, I think. Didn't really want to do mohair. So I asked Fem, very nicely, if she would like to dye up some sports yarn for me. And she said yes, she did. So this is her sport yarn. So it's the same color base, but she dyed this one specifically for me. She does not sell sports yarn yet. I've been trying to get her to add sport weight to her collection. So if you're seeing this and you are a sport weight yarn kind of person, DM her, let her know. Let's make this happen. She does not know I'm saying this, so whoops. But this is 100% Highland wool. Non-superwash 100 grams is 300 meters. And this is, it's a bit more rustic than this one. So this is the 100% superwash merino. So obviously this is a bit more rustic, but nothing too bad. And I think holding this together is gonna look incredible. I really wanted something that kind of mimics the base and kind of let the splashes of color shine. And I could not find anything other than asking for sport weight yarn in the same colorway to make this happen. So I'm very happy she said yes. But now I just need to cast on. This is gonna look so freaking incredible. I cannot wait. This is the first project I'm itching to cast on. Like, literally every day this yarn is within sight and I have to tell myself no every single day. It's super annoying. I can't wait to get this started. So next up, I have another sweater that's been kind of on my mind ever since this designer like showed some sneak peeks on their Instagram. This is the Brady Loop sweater by Other Loops. Other Loops is the designer of the twist loop top, the twist loop sweater, everything loop something. So something loop something is her like better design way. Pictures up here of the Brady Loop sweater. I just think this is so lovely with just the ribbing on the front and the back, and then the sleeves just have like a tiny twist loop cable situation going on. It is so beautiful, and I really want to make this with this yarn. This lovely blue color. It's kind of becoming a staple item, I think, in my wardrobe, if I ever get around to making this. This is the Rosy Green Wool, a Cheeky Merino Joy it's called, in the color Arctic Sea. And this is 100% organic merino extra fine yarn. So 100 grams equals 320 meters, so it's a bit of a sport weight. And this calls for 4mm needles. This is 3 to 3.5, so I will have to do some calculations with sizing, etc. But this is just a very lovely color. It's a bit more like a light in person than it is on camera. But it's a very lovely color, and I can't wait to have this as like a wardrobe staple for me. Love that. Also have to tell myself no every single week-ish I think about this. I really want to cast on something new, but we're not gonna do it. I'm just gonna talk about it to you. So next up, I have a very new pattern. Well, it's been out for like a month or so. It is the Joanna Tank by Emily Y. Chen, also known as mknits on Instagram. And ever since I saw some sneak peeks of this pattern, like before it was ever released, before the test knit call was out, I fell in love. It's such a beautiful pattern. It's kind of office appropriate in the way that like, neckline's up here, and it's just very professional-ish looking, especially I'm not in a very businessy office, so I can just wear whatever, but this would definitely fly if I wear this, and I'm going to knit it in this yarn. So this yarn I got before the test knit call. I just saw it at a fair, I think, and I was like, this color is beautiful, I'm getting 2 skeins. But this yarn is the reason I didn't apply for the test knit. So this is same yarn as before, the Rosy Green Wool Cheeky Merino Joy, and this is the colorway Ruby. But again, it is a sport weight, and the pattern is fingering. So I felt like I couldn't really do the pattern test because I don't have the required yarn weight for it. And I really wanted to make with this. So what I'm gonna do again is just make some calculations and figure it out on my own, which size would work best with this yarn. Maybe knitting it on 3mm, I think the pattern's calling for. Yeah, on 3mm needles will be fine, because this calls for 3 to 3.5mm needles. The yarn, I don't know yet what's gonna happen, but I do think this is gonna look very beautiful. I just have to check the gauge, and again, I'm itching to cast this on. I'm literally, as I'm talking about it, I'm like, I should just get my yarn winder and just do it, you know? But I'm not. I'm not gonna be doing it. I will just put it over here, look at it a bit more, and finish some of my projects before I cast on something new. That's probably the better choice here. So then I have 2 more projects I'd like to show you. First of all, one that's been on my to knit list for very long and one that's been in my yarn stash for very long, so there's literally no reason why I have not cast it on yet. It is this yarn, this lovely yarn from Yippee Yarn. It's hand dyed by Janine Kamijn for my local yarn store. I think I got this 2 years ago, so it's embarrassing. This is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it's fingering weight in the colorway Pecan Pie. And this is gonna become a camisole number 8. So, picture, but the one with way too many cables. Well, never too many cables, but just all over cabling, and I love it so much. I really want to cast this on. I really want to get to knitting this, but I haven't yet, and we're gonna see when it happens. Maybe next year, maybe in 5 years, who knows, but I really am itching to cast this on. And then the final project that I really want to cast on is one I've been meaning to cast on for a year now, especially since I already knit the matching camisole and I just need to knit the shorts. Maybe you already know where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna be knitting the shorts number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Like, it's a pair of shorts number 1 and then camisole number 6, I believe. I already knit camisole number 6, love it, wear it all the time. It's with this yarn by Lana Grossa, Man White Merino, held together with this onion nettle sock yarn on 4mm. The camisole is a quick and easy knit, so there's no reason why this shouldn't be. I just need to cast it on, and I have been telling myself no because I have way too many projects, but as soon as I finish one of my projects, I'm for sure casting one of these on. This is like top of my queue. I have about 20 to 30 projects in my mind, in my yarn stash, combination of both, that I really want to cast on, but I am a working girly. I do not have that much time, both in my working life and my personal life. Between those two, don't have too much time to knit, but I have more than enough plans. So thank you guys. I don't know if you're hearing the neighbors, but thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble about yarn and knitting and everything I really wanted to do. And I'd love to hear from you guys down below. Leave a little comment. Tell me what your favorite project is to get started on next. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Alright. Bye guys.